But there is one fatal flaw. Most college students don't have money. So there's got to be a starving crowd that's easy to reach with the finances available to afford your services. So once you've got that in the center of the triangle, then on each leg of the triangle, you write the following. Leg number 1 is continuity, or EFT, that we just talked about. Leg number 2 is leverage, or I like to use the word that I created, leverageable. And leg number 3 is multiple income streams. And here's what I figured out. There was no way I could make $1 million a year with just one personal training studio. Well, you can, but you really have to have everything dialed into a T. But I knew that if I had a personal training studio and I had a second personal training studio, that it'd be easier to make $500,000 with each of them than $1 million with one of them. So all of a sudden I figured out that multiple income streams are better than a linear income stream. So leg number 1 is multiple income streams, and today you can have info products, you can have boot camps, you can add online training, you can do in-home training and one-on-one training at a studio, group training programs. You can literally promote supplements and affiliate programs. So there's all those different multiple income streams. And if you have 10 different income streams and each of them only generate 100,000, well, there's your million. Now, the other component there has to be continuity. Because like I explained with the math we did just a minute ago, unless you want to start from zero again at the first of the month, you've got to have EFT so that it's like compounding interest. Each month, the numbers grow and grow and grow. And the model that I use, in fact, I just did a Camtasia screen capture this morning, and I'm going to put it on my blog, and so your people can go to my blog later this week and see it. But basically, I talk about how you can take an ebook and add a membership site to it, and how adding that membership site in 12 months can make you $100,000 a month. But if you just rested on the laurels of selling that ebook and had no membership site, you'd have to sell a crap load of ebooks each month to get to that 100,000. But on the other hand, if you have a membership site attached to it, continuity, you just need to sell 2 ebooks a day, which is about 60 ebooks a month, to get to $100,000 from that product. So continuity is important. You can do it in your personal training, in your boot camp, by using memberships, information products, by having a membership site. And then finally, the third leg is leverage. Well, if you have a personal training studio, that's your ultimate goal. That's awesome. You're running it, and you're the man, and you're in charge. But why not start a boot camp and plug in an employee for running? Now you're leveraging that employee's time and effort to run your boot camp. And even if you're doing a 50-50 rev share for that boot camp, you're getting 50% of the income from that boot camp for doing nothing, for just setting it up, setting up the systems. And then what if you set up, and now you can also leverage technology. So that ebook that we just talked about, once you set it up and dial it in, even when you're sleeping, you can leverage technology to create money for you while you're sleeping. For example, the product that you just launched, Kaiser, there's probably been days that you've woken up and you go, holy crap, I made a sale while I was sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you leverage technology. No one has to pick up a phone and take that order. So you leverage technology. So you can leverage technology, you can leverage people, and you can leverage money. And by money, I mean you can use money to go to Elance or Rent-A-Coder or Guru.com and find other people to do the work for you. They can write your ebook as long as you can explain your concept to them. There's web guys who charge you like $150 to create your membership site. And so you don't have to do any of this. So as long as you can create that triangle, the 7-figure formula, have a starving crowd that's easy to reach, who can afford your services, and then you plug in leverage, multiple income streams, and continuity, I can virtually guarantee you 7 figures within 12 to 24 months. Simple formula.
Yeah, no, excellent advice. Yeah, and it's a formula that can work really for any business, but when you apply it to training, you really see, that's when you can see some amazing things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the thing is, we're so used to, and it's not our fault, Dan. You know, I mean, when you think about where training started, I don't know the roots of personal training, but I'm guessing some 20 years ago, the big celebrities like Madonna decided they didn't want to work out on their own, so they hired some trainer, and they paid by the hour, whatever, $200-300. And in fact, I remember when I first got certified, I did real simple math. I saw an ad in Muscle and Fitness magazine back in the early 90s that said, become a personal trainer, earn up to $100 an hour. So I did the math. I said, well, $100 an hour. If I work 8 hours a day, that's $800. I could live with that. Well, no one tells us that, one, there comes a point in time where not everyone can afford $100. Two, if I'm going to train for 8 hours in a day, I probably need 12 working hours to get to my next client or to get things done. Because there's no way you can have 8 consecutive clients back to back, and if you did, probably your bladder would burst because you'd have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so there's all these variables that no one tells us about. And so we would charge, gosh, even today, I'll go to someone's website and I'll see that they have a per session rate. You know, buy one session from me for $89. What the hell is one session going to give a client? A client can't benefit from one session. They probably can't benefit from 3 sessions. And you're not going to be able to pay your mortgage or your rent or your car note on 3 sessions. So why the hell sell single sessions anyway?
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, all of this kind of started to make sense to me that, one, we need to think like a business. Forget the onesie, twosie sessions. We need to sell big packages. We need continuity or EFT. You know, we've got a niche. We've got to specialize to a market. Oprah Winfrey owns all the housewives throughout the world. She owns them. When she says, go buy this book, that book will be sold out on Amazon, on Barnes & Nobles, at any website or bookstore you go to. She has a niche. Tom Likas or Howard Stern, they have a niche. They cater to guys 18 to 35 who drink, who party, who want to get laid. And when they say, go do X, Y, and Z, they're the experts, they're the specialists, and these guys go do it. So I figured, well, hey, let's create a niche. Be the specialist and not a generalist and make a ton more money. And it works.
Yeah, some really good advice there, man. And I've been taking notes furiously too. You're one of the guys that I love to learn from, and I'm just glad that I could expose everybody to some of the stuff that you know. Now, in general, everyone can meet you, and not only that, but you've put together a great conference where you have really a bunch of all-stars that are going to show everyone not only the ropes and training, but beyond. It's coming up in early May. Can you talk about that? It's a business summit, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the way the whole Fitness Business Summit manifested itself is through, well, 2 parts. Through my frustration, and then by the fact that I got rejected. I got rejected by IDEA. You know, I put in an application in 2006 to speak at the IDEA conference, and they rejected my topic, and they said, one, it's too renegade and it's too mavericky. And that's by the way, that's how I created the whole Renegade Fitness Marketing Workshop. They said it was too renegade of a topic. It was very pushy and punchy and over the top for their market. And really, all it was about direct response and how to move people's emotions, because nobody buys on logic. So I don't think it was edgy at all. But anyway, that was their argument, so they rejected it. And so that very year, I went to the IDEA conference, and I realized 95% of the presentations are not about gaining clients. It's about getting another certification. It's about learning to teach pole dancing, about the next spin class, about how to do Bosu balls. And that's all fantastic, but if I don't have a goddamn client, who am I going to teach any of this to?
Yep.
Right? So finally I got so frustrated and I was so pissed off that I got rejected that I said, forget it, I'm creating my own live event. So in February of 2007, I created a Fitness Business Summit, and we had 180 trainers show up from all different parts of the world, and it was literally 3 days of just hardcore business growth knowledge. And I rejected everybody who had spoken at the IRSA or the NFCA conferences or the IDEA conferences. I said, if you are not in the industry today actively making 6 figures or more in your niche, in a boot camp, running a personal training studio, doing in-home one-on-one training, doing online training, if you're not making the money that you're